Hi, my name is Annalisa Lotti, and I'm a translator, an English-Spanish translator with over 15 years of experience in translating and around 6 or 7 years in teaching translation, both in person and online, in universities such as the NYU, the New York universities, in the master's degree in translation, in the certificate in translation, and also in the city of University of New York, CUNY, at Hunter College, and the John Jay College at the certificate level of translation. So I also have a master's degree in translation from Australia, and I'm originally from Argentina. And now I've decided to give this course on contrastive syntax for English-Spanish translators who work in both directions, because in my teaching career I've noticed that many working translators and certainly translation students don't have a solid background in syntax. Sometimes they don't know exactly the difference between syntax and grammar, for example, and I've really seen that syntax is usually overlooked or thought of as a side project in translation training, both in formal settings and in more informal settings. And I think this is a big disadvantage for translators, both in their profession and in their marketing efforts. So I thought that a brief introductory course on syntax, and much more in contrastive syntax, is definitely in order and is going to be essential, I believe, for translator skills now and in the future. So syntax is the way language is structured. So in simple terms, it's the way words are put together, the way we order words, or in more technical terms, parts of speech, so phrases or a word group. Languages don't put words in any which way. We actually order them in a particular way to convey a meaning or to create emphasis. So if that doesn't happen, communication is broken. The wrong emphasis is given, that a different meaning can be conveyed, or even there's no meaning in that sentence. So during this course, we're going to be seeing why English and Spanish are structured differently, why the order of things are differently, and we're going to be seeing examples side by side in English and in Spanish. So for example, we're going to see what a subject is, what a predicate is of a sentence, and where each of them starts and ends, and why this is very relevant to translators, where an additional comma is needed, where that additional comma may be incorrect in your target language, and also, for example, why that comma is actually giving you meaning in the source language that you need to transfer into your target language. We're also going to see how to reshuffle the elements in a sentence once you understood the source text. Then you have to reorder all those elements, all the vocabulary, all the terms, everything you know into your target language to provide a particular emphasis that it's intended from your source language into your target language, or to convey an equivalent meaning. And also when to note that maybe by arranging or by rearranging those elements, you may be providing a different emphasis or a different meaning that was not intended in the source language. So we will discover then what are the meanings embedded in the way languages structure themselves, and what ambiguities may be found also by looking at the syntax, at the structure, and how to go about those ambiguities, to recognize them and then transfer them if that was the intended that was the intention, or not transfer them into your target language. So, for example, we're going to be seeing, like I said, why a particular comma is or not required for a syntactic reason, and understand that syntactic reason behind that comma. We're going to know what transitivity is, what's the relevance behind knowing what's a direct object, what's an indirect object in both languages. We're going to know, for example, also what happens when we have long phrases like relative clauses or long noun phrases, and how to disentangle or unpack the meaning of those long phrases, how to transfer them ultimately into your target language. We're going to try to discover also what are dangling participles and how to avoid these grammatically and incorrect, syntactically and grammatically incorrect sentences. And we're going to try also to identify the different gerundial phrases in English and the gerundios in Spanish and use them correctly. And also we're going to be looking at, for example, subjunctive, how to use subjunctive mood in English and in Spanish correctly, and how to recognize them too. So we're going to be looking also at many other syntactic aspects of both languages, and these will help you understand the source text a lot better, produce a more accurate target language text, and also see the reasons behind common mistakes that both writers and translators make in their languages. So what we're going to be doing in this course is really looking under the surface, under the rug, behind the scenes of just mere words, and see what's going on, what meanings, what ambiguities, what emphases are being provided. And syntax in this context really becomes the magnifying glasses that allow us to go deep into this linguistic discovery. So I invite you to come with me and see what discoveries we make together.